Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTbase.com. Welcome to this week's Commitments of Traders review. Today we're going to have a look at the 35th COT report of this year, and as usual we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions, so here we go. As you may see, we've got copper on top of a list with a 35% change in commercials positions. You can see the change size over here. It's definitely larger than average, and it is of course a bullish COT change signal coming when prices are declining, and you can see that this change signal may come at a point in time when we have still some we still got time to act on the signal. Of course, it doesn't mean that we're going to see prices skyrocketing from here, but it may mean that we will see a bit of a rise in the near term. But let's open the 5-year trend and see how extreme this market is at the moment. You can see that the last major extreme was actually a relative bearish COT extreme signal, and that was back over here. I'm just pointing you out, and you can see it was a bit of a top. Since then prices have declined, and as they did, you can see that the report changed in the usual manner. So we're more or less in between the two extremes right now. Of course, if the report continues its trend, and we would see the building up of net long positions in case of commercials, and of course the opposite, net building up of net short positions in case of large speculators, we may reach a bullish COT extreme situation. But of course, if you look at the chart, you may see that we had such COT extremes in the past. But judging from the price action, the price movement, this may not be the end of the decline. We may see a bit of a larger fall in prices before we reach that bottom. That's going to be the end of the downtrend. Moving on to feeder cattle, we have a 31% change in commercials positions over there. Again, interesting to see. Of course, it's the case more or less all the time in feeder cattle that it's only the small speculators who are taking the short side of the market. Of course, as I've mentioned to you many times earlier, don't forget that a lot of commercial participants are actually inside small speculators. They're just not doing their business on a scale where they'd be put into the commercials category. So that's the case over there. So, but back to the COT change signal, we have a bullish COT change signal, and coming similarly to the copper market at a point in time when prices are declining. So we may see a bit of a rise in the next couple of days. Opening a 5-year chart, you can see that we are moving away from a bullish COT extreme situation. We have had larger extremes, you can see in the past, back over here in 2013, but nevertheless the one that we had for quite some time back here in since mid 2015 was actually there in the market. Didn't really create any large change in the trend. We're still in a decline mode, and of course we may see the rise of the stress levels in the market again towards the bullish side, of course, because of the falling prices in feeder cattle. Moving on to the Chicago wheat, where we have a 30% change in commercials position. Again, bullish COT change signal, and as you can see here on Thursday and Friday, we had a bit of a rise in prices. The change size is larger than average, but we do see similar changes in the past, so nothing too unusual over there. The extreme is bullish. It's large, and of course we have to be cautious because these bullish COT extremes, or this level of extremeness, was present in the market for quite some time now, and we haven't really seen any major move towards the upside of the market. So again, we're getting to larger stress levels in the market. We may have to wait another couple of more weeks before reach those all-time COT extreme levels. But nevertheless, it's there. We have a huge COT extreme situation. It's a bullish signal, of course, and we're waiting for the market to react. Who knows when it's going to turn? I'm just saying that the stress level is there, and of course we can expect it to happen in the medium to long term. Moving on to large speculators, we've got indexes on top of a list with all-time COT extremes in large speculators positions. Let's start with the S&P 500. We had the S&P 500 join the S&P 400 last week. because the S&P 400 had this all-time COT extreme already there the week earlier. So the picture did not change. You can see that we haven't had a huge decline in prices. We're still very close to the tops here, and we may just need to be a bit more patient, and who knows when the market is going to react to this signal. So don't forget, we had similar extremes in the past, and not necessarily with any big reaction from the market. So it's a tricky market, but the stress is there. We have a huge extreme, all-time COT extreme in large speculators, so I think it's an obvious situation. I'm going to show you the S&P 400, jump to the 5-year chart, but of course everything that I just said in the S&P 500 analysis applies here as well. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones. Obviously the picture is very much similar because of these correlating markets, so nothing surprising there. It's just good to know that all these markets are producing similar signals in the COT report, so they're all backing each other. Of course, that's something to keep in mind. But let's jump over to heating oil just to have a look at an energy market, and that's going to be all for this review. So heating oil, we have 182 report extreme in commercials and large speculators also. It's a visible extreme. You can get to even greater extreme levels, of course. You may see here that we had much greater extremes, actually very good signals if you look at the chart. We're getting these signals at a point in time when actually prices are pretty low, but you can see that we had a decent rally in the last couple of months, and of course this bearish extreme that we have may just signal that the decline, the downtrend that we had, or we still have in the heating oil market, is possibly going to continue. So I think that's what we can gather from this report right now. Okay, that is going to be all for this review. I hope you liked it. I hope you got some good details from it, and I hope to see next review 1 week from now. So take care, have a good week.